Man, y'all know I work hard for my money and I'm trying to save a little bread so I can be a Dallas Cowboys season ticket holder. I need to save a little bit of money, and Rocket Money has made it so much easier to stay on track with my spending. I used to be terrible with my budgeting, spending impulsively on jerseys and tickets and all these brand new subscriptions for these sports sites. But Rocket Money helped me set a budget tailored to my lifestyle so I can enjoy the game without stress. Today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is a personal finance app designed to help you manage subscriptions, lower your bills, create custom budgets, and grow your savings all in one place. So whether you're watching a big game or you're streaming highlights of your favorite team, Rocket Money keeps your finances in check without the stress. One of the best things about Rocket Money is that they can negotiate my bills like the internet or the cable. Instead of spending time on a customer service call, Rocket Money does the work for me so that I can focus on the game and not these bills. I set a savings goal and the app automatically saves when it's convenient for me, so I'm building up my game day funds without even thinking about it. Take control of your finances like a pro. Whether you're watching Sunday football, catching college games, or saving up for tickets to go see your favorite team, Rocket Money has your back. You can either scan the QR code or you can click the link in the description and get started with your free trial today. Yes, your free trial today. Shouts out to Rocket Money for supporting the show. Now let's start this content. Man, I ain't even gonna lie. I wasn't gonna watch film today, but boy, y'all lucky I had something to do. Had a little obligation for Rocket Money. Shouts out to them for holding down the show, man. Well, y'all break down a little bit of film, man. I be watching film regardless, but y'all don't always get videos from me, all right? The Cowboys got whooped by the Denver Broncos, and I was watching a little bit of film just to get ready for crowning.com and all this kind of stuff. And boy, I noticed something. I stumbled across this play. And it was in the second quarter with 8 minutes and 53 seconds left in the game. I saw this play. I'll run it, I'll come back. We ain't talking about nothing. I'll just run this play and we'll come back and we'll just, talk about it. I was just going through the looks. And then I looked over at, well, first of all, I was like, yo, bro, what the hell we throwing the ball to Schoonmaker for, right? And then I saw Jake over there. I just decided to watch Jake a little bit. And I just saw a character hauling ass towards Jake, and this was a weird little look. Let me get my arrows ready. This how I know it's a weird looking look. Okay, most of these characters are in zone. There's a little cheat code you can kind of tell when characters is in zone. It's for the most part if they looking like at the quarterback, right? So if they kind of square and looking in that direction, you could pretty much surmise that them people is in zone. Boy, I tell you, you got one character not only got his back turned to the quarterback, but his face is turned to Jake. But if you just bring it back a little bit and just kind of watch him, he the only one hauling ass towards Jake. And I was like, man, are they purposely trying to take Jake out the game? And that's when I had to start the whole film over, and I started to watch from the point of view that they're trying to take Jake away. Now, we're just going to run this a little bit. And I think what happened here is Jake was supposed to get the rub advantage, assuming that this was some sort of a look that can probably pull this off, right? We're probably looking for some sort of interference here, and maybe if we're lucky, we get Schoonmaker rubbing here, and maybe Jake can just kind of run and finish there with this cat hyper focused on Pickens or something like that. And maybe we would have got lucky with a little bit of Ferg action right there, but that ain't what the hell happened. What happened is this character right here, this linebacker here, ended up on Ferg, and we kind of anticipated that. But what I didn't anticipate was this character right here kind of being in man and slipping Schoon, right? He went under Schoon's pick. Now it looked up for us, and I wonder if this is a read, and I probably should ask Brian Broaddus about this, right? What we want is Ferg running free. If we don't get that and they hyper focus on Ferg, then you get Schoon kind of running wide open to the sideline. I don't know if it was designed that way, but that's what ended up happening. And if that's the case, then I guess that's one of the positives that I could have gotten from this play. But what it did make me do is go back to look and see how much they were trying to take Ferg away. Let's keep watching. Yeah, man, let's kind of run this play, then we'll come back and talk about it, man. Cowboys lined up in a, you can call it quasi-empty there, but the running back just kind of stepped up into a wing type character. He just stepped up as a running back. There ain't nothing special, ain't nothing crazy. Anyway, we're just moving up a little bit. And boy, we got a big nonsense sandwich right here. Now, the whole point of me watching this stuff is to see if they did anything to necessarily take Jake Ferguson away. You see Ferg over there coming off the line of scrimmage a little bit. And what you see is you see guys working two leverages here. Now, if you in zone coverage, like a natural zone coverage, one thing that you'll never see are these two characters within that close of a proximity to each other. What I mean by that, well, if you look at this dude, he's kind of far away from this dude. That dude's kind of far away from that guy. He's far from him, and they're all kind of far from them. The only two dudes that's kind of close is this guy and this guy. So that made me think that they're working in tandem inside of the scheme. Like, it ain't just some vanilla cookie cutter little situation here. If I had to guess what the look was, is Ferg working up. If he goes in this direction, then of course he got that cat. But if Ferg works in the outer direction, then he kind of got that cat. What that means is that this character up here is kind of got a one-on-one responsibility with Jalen Tolbert right now. But that ain't really scaring nobody. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Cool. But it is what it is. Now, that's already the issue. And I do think that this is kind of an easy one read, get it out quick type situation. Like, try to get 5 yards and get out of there type situation. One thing that kind of bothered me too, something else we got to think about. I got this up here just because I spoiled the hell out y'all. But this is where we at in the game. It's at a 3rd and 5. If this is 3rd and 5, I kind of want Jake to be running this at like 5 and not like 4.5. Anyway, that's another thing to kind of worry about. And you see Jake kind of stop there, but kind of float back towards the 5 a little bit, and now we run a scramble drill with Dak. But if this was an easy play, just a little easy peasy something, just to kind of get the ball to Ferg quickly, it didn't work well because there's a ton of pressure up front here. And I think part of it is Guyton working in tandem with Flo right here, right? Now, Guyton already kind of got his issues, but as an offensive lineman, there's a big debate going on in the O-line Congress that we talk about all the time, is do we really be wanting chips or not, right? And this chip from Flo kind of put Guyton in a bad spot here. Did Guyton just slip right there? Let me see. That's a whole nother issue. But anyway, Guyton slipping, but the problem is he's kind of wide in the stance anyway. Guyton getting wide works well if 15 Benito is like working wide. If Guyton is working wide per his pass rusher working wide, that's cool. Problem is Flo kind of pushes Benito into Guyton's inside gap a little bit while Guyton is working wide. Then he got to plant his foot and try to get back inside. By we get to that point, man, it's just one big crap sandwich, man. And look, I ain't gonna lie. If Benito wouldn't have got there, then you see Cooper up there beating the hell out of Terrence. So it wouldn't have been that much longer to find help at all. But boy, Dak wouldn't have been able to find anybody downfield because your tackles gave up a little bit of work there. Yeah, man. How about this one, bro? This on 4. This is on 4 for the most part. And look, man, we really got to figure something out, man, because the seam ball to Ferg used to be money. The seam ball to Ferg used to be ridiculous. I know we had some misses early, but that's kind of something that we need to get back on track. We can't even call Dak seam god anymore. But anyway, Ferg's gonna boom, 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 boom. And honestly, we just keeping it a buck here, man. Like, Ferg ain't like some blazer or something like that. But he is like a big body that can go up and get it just a little bit, especially versus like a smaller corner or whatever. Once we get to this point, Dak can really just try to put the ball right around there and just get it to him a little early. Like they call it clearing. And once you clear this DB or whatever, then Jake will be open to catch the pass. The problem is, you got these characters up here. Now, look, that ain't no problem, man, because when you whoop up on cover 2, Tampa 2, I mean, that's kind of what you got to do anyway. But anticipation is the deal here. What I would have wanted Ford to do is a couple things I would have wanted Ford to do rather than what he actually did. Is once we get about right here, this is technically clearing. You are clear for Landoff right now. I want the ball like right in front of the safeties, and if Ferg got to take the hit, then fine. Ferg just kind of takes the hit or whatever. Dak doesn't get rid of the ball until right there, until Ferg is clearly open. But that's a little bit too late. And then on top of that, the ball is a little bit short, right? So even if you did kind of work the triangle properly, the ball is still a bit short. I wonder if pressure has something to do with it. Let me go back and see. Let me just go back and see. Hey, look, man, the pocket wasn't bad. So this is squarely on 4. He should have been a little early, and he should have had a little bit more on it. And maybe he threw the ball a little short because he didn't want to put Jake in this danger. I mean, if I'm taking questions and giving them to Dak, I would love to ask him this question. You know what I'm saying? I just don't be feeling like going up there to the star and asking questions. But maybe Dak threw the ball short to keep Ferg from getting killed by these guys, and maybe you can get a PI situation. Maybe you can get like a Ferg jump ball situation with the ball being a little short. But assuming that like that's the best case scenario, assuming that's not the case and Dak just out here messing up, then I need Dak to get that to Ferguson earlier and a little bit higher release. So look, this is another play that I thought was interesting. I'll just run the play. It's actually I was watching Ferg at the time, but this is going to be a pass to CD. We can run it and then come back and talk about it a little bit. No problem. One thing that kind of made me mad once again, look at where CD caught the pass at. This is 3rd and 8, and we're in the third quarter, and we're trying to lead a comeback and things like that. Now, we'll do it like this. We'll start off talking about Ferg and what I saw happening with him, and then we'll kind of break it down a little bit more. But Ferg is going to work up, and he's on Benito right now. But hey, in a traditional Ferg versus Benito situation, that's an ass whooping, to be fair. But Benito got a little bit of help to the inside here. So now the look is Benito to the outside, and whoever else, which is this character right here, will be helping on Ferg to the inside. Now, if that's going to be the case, I think Dak saw what I saw. If if Ferg is going to be working to the inside and Benito's going to go with him just a little bit, then fine. The read will just be to hit CD right behind him. This way issue come in at. Also the fact that it's 3rd and 8. The issue is if we're going to do that, I want Ferg to be up here and I want him to carry Benito. Let's run it forward. Okay, Ferg breaks right there, which is not the first down line at all. I want Ferg to carry Benito all the way to the first down line. Why? Because that means CD Lamb will be safe all the way to the first down line. So then you'll get an easy, first down right there, because Benito does eventually come off and he gets in on the tackle to Lamb or whatever. But even if that was the case, ladies and gentlemen, even if we had time to get Ferg and Lamb going a little bit deeper, I just want to see what the pass pro situation look like. Let's just run it. Yeah, Dak got a character in his face, man. We ain't stand a chance. No way, dog. We ain't stand a chance. If you actually go to the cartel view, take a look at it. We're just gonna bring it right here. I know this looks like 3 versus 4 right now. Let me just run a little bit more. Let me just run to about right there. I know this looks like 3 versus 4 right now. 4 defenders and 3 blockers right there. I know that's what it looks like. You even get a weird little situation where 49 ends up crossing Brock's face right here. Hey, that's fine. What's supposed to happen is boom, boom, boom. 0 goes away. So if anybody goes away, what you got to do is you got to work to the outside immediately. Let me give you 2 different colors on that so we don't get confused. If 0 goes away, that means Tyler Booker got to step his ass to the right expeditiously. Why? Because he needs to get over to push Terrence over so Terrence can get deeper to deal with 98 and 22. Now, at first when I saw this, I was like, damn, it's supposed to be a running back out there to block 22? No, because your running back is right there dealing with this backers cross right here. So what it is you got Javonte working with Brock dealing with linebacker 1 and linebacker 2. However they switch and twist and mix it all up, that's still their 2 versus 2. Okay? In real life, Dak got to read one of these guys, right? If all 3 of them would have stayed blitzing 1, 2, 3, then Terrence and Booker get the 2 most inside guys, which is 1 and 2, and Dak got to throw off of this guy. He just got to get rid of the ball faster than 22 gets there. But what happened was 0 bails out, which makes him Dak's guy. So that means if he's Dak's guy, that means that these 2 guys belong to these 2 guys. Booker got to step over there and punch Terrence and get Terrence to get a little wider. It didn't happen. And that's why the ball came out so quick, man. Hey, man, I just kind of hold it right there, bro. Like it's a lot of little nonsense to whip down. I was kind of sick of it. I think I got one more. Hold on, let me see. Boom. I got one more. Let's see what happens. You got Ferg right there. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's when this cat just kind of jumped out and said boogity 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 and just piss me off. They really try to take Ferg out of this game. But yeah, that's all I got for real. Hey man, like it's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? It's already bad when you on the road and you a team versus the number one defense, like all together. Like the Broncos are clear and by far ahead, as you know, than everybody else as the number one team and all that. So you really got to do your thing to really deal with those guys. But you can't have mistakes, you can't have nonsense, and don't forget, when your defense is giving up 40 points to Bo Nix as an offensive quarterback and a play caller, you kind of got to be perfect, as including running back and offensive line too. But it is what it is. All right. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me, man. Love y'all to pieces, man. Appreciate Rocket Money for tapping in with us. Y'all go ahead and go back and click the QR code and go to the link in the description and take care of that for me. All right. Love y'all to pieces. Take care. Next time. Peace.